A word for our listeners. Masks of Nyarlathotep is set in the 1920s. We will be using terms and sayings from those times, including some that could be considered offensive. It is not our intention to offend. We merely wish to offer as accurate a view of the time period as possible. Welcome to the Nerds Domain presents Masks of Nyarlathotep. Join us each week as our investigators follow a path of clues and attempt to save the world from an ancient evil. Starring John Quiett, Jestin Kimmet, Shirley Niedzwiecki, George Chimples, Jason Hall, and Scott Troiano, with Matt Quiett running the table as keeper. Eldritch evils and crazed cultists await you just beyond this music.
Hi everybody, and welcome back to Masks of Nyarlathotep. I'm here with Shirley.
Hello.
Jason.
Hello.
George.
Yeah.
Scott. John.
Oui.
And Justin.
Howdy.
We already said go to the bathroom.
Okay, so as we last left our party, they had discussed. They had introduced two new members to the group. I assume both members of the new members of the group are set that they're going now. This is what you're pursuing.
Once he shows me his goodie bag.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to montage that unless you really want to do it.
Gotta be a montage.
I'm going to follow them because I want to look at the stuff too. So unless there's a confrontation with the professor,
well.
Yeah. So is anyone not going?
Everyone's going to look at the goodie bag.
We're going to montage that until the entire party's
No, I can still montage the whole party going.
Yeah, just if the professor makes a choice to.
Priest, are you going?
Yes.
Okay. Let me ask the question: what don't you show me?
The magic sticks.
Dick.
The tiara.
I don't know you're a spellcaster. Well, the tiara is in my hat.
So you still don't show him?
Yeah, no. The only other one died with the captain.
Oh.
I'm certainly not going to break out the priest specimens for the cult that we killed.
Good
I'm
answer.
the only one here who knows for a fact that it came from the cult. They're not mine.
Yeah. So you keep these on you.
Like all the books. I'll show everybody all those.
I assume by now you guys have recovered all the clues from Burn stuff.
Yeah, we would have gathered everything. The mask, the copper plates to cast Wheel of Mist.
Show them the bowl that's made from copper from above.
Yeah.
I keep turning that thing over and
I will I will reclaim Ian's brass knuckles or whatever they were that I enchanted.
Okay. Did you guys get Botticello's stick, or do you bury that with him?
I don't know. I'll just say we buried it with him.
Okay.
It's not that important.
I'm going to pointedly ask a few questions.
Yeah, I know it does extra stuff, but I mean, like,
I'm going to pointedly ask a few questions about the plate and the bowl that might lead you to believe that I have more spellcasting ability than you didn't know I had.
That's great.
Okay.
I'm still not going to show you the magic sticks until I see you cast a spell.
Okay.
So you guys all take a look at the skin and all that stuff. You have a fully intact skin, right?
Yeah, that I literally carefully cut off a deep one.
It's not the best thing you've ever seen, but it's pretty good. I mean, as far as skinning something.
Oh yeah.
The best deep one skin he's seen?
No, the best.
Yeah.
The last one of these,
I'm saying like
near this good a condition.
He's a museum curator where they do taxidermy and skins come in sometimes.
George, have you not yet learned don't ask questions you don't want the answers to?
I want the answer to that question.
Yeah, no, it'll be obvious that I've actually had it professionally tanned.
Oh. Fair enough. I've never seen one that's been tanned before.
Okay. Actually, probably never seen a deep one at all.
Shh.
Okay.
They don't know that.
So, you guys all see that?
Could you wear that?
You see
You
all
don't
of
want to
this.
do that.
You finish up for the night. Everybody kind of scatters. You get ready to make preparations the next day. You're actually leaving on the 4th of April. So you lose the 3rd to prep, and on the 4th of April you are leaving town. You guys get set on a boat that will take you... I'm sorry, are you going by boat or over land?
Boat.
Over land. I like land trips.
I'm going to
take
half of us die.
By the way, it will take 6 months over land. 2 weeks by boat.
6 months? You have to go to Sahara.
Book says that.
Okay.
I'm going to loop back to the professor's room after everyone. Good night, everybody. All right, bye. I'm heading home. Taxi. Yeah, follow that car. And I'm going to head back up to his room.
I will close my trunk and lock it, and then I will go to my door.
Good evening, Professor. Later than the rest of the group, I wanted to pull you aside for a few more pointed questions.
About?
Spellcasting.
Very well, come in.
And
I'm going to close the door and have my shotgun out.
Okay.
Well, no,
there's no need for that.
It's a sawed-off shotgun. I'm just like, questions?
Yes, no need for that.
But you'll forgive me. I don't know you.
Oh, fair enough. I'm rather limited in my capabilities in the arena, and I would like to learn more. You obviously have both a number of items that can be used for spellcasting, and
yes, I cannot stress to you how bad it will look for you to come to my room in the middle of the night and try to talk to me about spells away from the rest of the group.
You want to have this conversation in front of the group?
Well, no, I don't particularly mind in and of myself. However, the religious outlook of several members of this party are combative towards the occult.
Which tends to be the problem with religious outlooks in general.
Yes.
Religious outlooks are fine. They serve the purpose for quelling the soul, and many people have a great idea of faith in their own personal lives. Whether or not you hold to that is your opinion and really doesn't impact my outlook. I don't necessarily sum you up as a man of faith. However, my thoughts were that I don't think that you would appreciate or be found in good light, especially not after contacting Noddins, while broaching the topic in front of everyone else.
Yes. Broaching the topic in front of everybody else would have led to a ridiculous discussion of demonology.
Well, again, there's religious bias in the group that you're going to have a difficult time overcoming.
That's why I mentioned that Mr. Ma is Islamic, because it's very black or white for him.
Of course.
And apparently it's going to be for Frank as well.
Well, he looks to be a Catholic
so
priest.
Horribly disappointed in.
Again, that's why I believe that the point should be a young priest and an old priest, the old priest being set in his ways, the young priest being open to the idea of new and unique experiences, who might be able to translate it on the level that the old priest can understand. It bears out to see where Mr. Grave will fall on that pendulum.
Well, my sincerest interest in having him around is for people to go to him when they feel like they need a moral compass. I don't expect him to side with me or anything like that in the moment, but...
Fair enough, as long as your expectations are good. I find that the two most useful abilities that I can cast currently are the ability to attract fish. for if you need
in character, straight face. I'm just like,
If you need to eat and there is a source of plentiful food, it's better if you're stuck out towards an oasis or on a shoreline. Helpful. And then I pull 2 candles from my pocket and hand you one.
Take it.
And the other is the ability to communicate through candle flame to another individual.
Interesting. My repertoire bends more towards the combative aspects of the occult.
I thought it might.
Yes. Like shriveling your body where you stand, warping the body into other shapes.
Well, then, if I'm to join this group and assist, I would be, A, interested in those types of combative arenas, if only to defend myself. Would you be interested in tutelage or teaching?
I would, once I get to know you.
Of course, no, not tonight, obviously.
I would also caution you that Mr. Ma will probably kill you in your sleep if he finds out that I'm teaching you anything.
Understood.
Just expect it.
Okay. Well then, tonight we don't need to do more. I just wanted to touch base and loop back that should I want to join the group, and I believe that I do, that it would be fortuitous if we were to perhaps compare notes, or even more, as you are probably well more versed in this than I take some more knowledge under my wing.
I'm gonna bundle up the books I have that are specifically related to what we're doing.
Okay.
Like the ones about the Black Mountain and the Black Pharaoh and all that.
Okay.
I'm going to give them to you. These are books dealing specifically with the subject matter at hand. They also contain an amount of occult knowledge.
So you're talking about the notes from Jackson Elias.
Well, that stuff, but also Africa's Dark Sags, like the actual books.
Okay.
Have I read any of them already? No.
You're familiar with the selections of Delivered of All, and probably that's a good question because I should probably
People of the Monolith, the Narcotic Manuscripts.
Yeah, you're familiar with the Narcotic Manuscripts.
Life as a God.
You're not familiar with Life as a God at all. I've never heard of it.
Then as I thumb through the bundle real quick, I'm like, oh yes, I'm familiar with this one and this one. Oh, but I've not seen this one before.
Yes.
And one of them is strangely rebound.
Huh.
Not the best deal. Not the best choices there.
Huh. What was this bound in?
Deep One Skin?
No, Chthonian skin.
Yeah.
You know that, though. Oh, okay, that's fine.
Well, but it looks like it's been rebounded.
The captain took exception.
Ah.
When he had it in his possession.
Do you still have the skin?
No, he threw it in the ocean.
In the ocean?
Yeah. Don't ask.
That was perhaps the dumbest move he could have done.
Ding, 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 ding.
I am not going to argue this with you.
Fair enough. Then, thank you. And I will return these to you. The word I want to use is shortly, but I don't believe that will be the case.
You'll have a couple weeks. And that information specifically about the Cult of the Bloody Tongue and the Black Mountain will bear on our travels.
Ah, yes, the Cult of the Bloody Tongue. I'm familiar with them.
Yes, well, we're going into one of their strongholds in Kenya, probably.
Well, that's less than optimal.
Yes.
Well, then I will bid you good night and be on my way.
You're welcome.
All right, now we're going to montage and get on the freaking boat.
And we're going to go over land, right?
So you guys get on the boat.
I'm on a boat.
Fish.
And we
Can I
feast,
get a Pashmina Afghan at the very least?
we feast as kings. We never run out of fish.
I'm telling you guys, the fish spell is useful. Surround the boat with fish. When they part because the deep ones are coming, we'll know.
Yeah, when they scatter. Where did all the fish go? I don't know. They were here a minute ago.
Get
Yes.
the guns.
Get the guns. I'm down with that.
Father.
Boom. There's
Father
some love.
Grave and Mr. Lancaster. Doesn't know.
That's just going to be a thing.
Mr. Lancaster, yes.
Do either one of you pick up any armaments?
I have my
No.
equipment from
As a fellow traveler down the road of past
My
visit,
time.
I will revert you.
Go ahead, sorry.
I was done.
No. Really?
Yeah.
So you're taking your stuff from the French Foreign Legion.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
So
That means
wait, you're
guns?
going to take your Catholic or your exorcism stuff, so you are armed. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I would
That
go
too.
visit Archibald as we're getting ready to go, and you need to take guns.
But I don't.
You need to. I didn't before I met these gentlemen. That sounds strange.
But what would I do with them?
Like when we go to the boat, I look like I'm ready for
Just to be prepared.
Armageddon.
Just to be prepared in case something may happen.
Listen, I have a better chance of injuring us than anyone else.
We have very good marksmen in our group.
Then
that
I
will
don't
be
need a
able to-
gun.
No, you won't need a gun
Why?
because you will need a gun. Because
Who have you shot?
Who hasn't she shot?
I talked about the
The
guy
doctor does
on
not
the
shoot
camel.
people. She poisons them wholesale.
Hold on, guys. So she explains that she shot a dude on a camel. She shot several cultists. Shot at some other cultists.
Got shot at by others.
Got shot at by every time.
Catherine.
Every time, other than the
Archibald.
camel. Other than shooting the guy on the camel. Everybody else seems like they were in a life and death situation, and it does sound like forearmed is forewarned, or forewarned is forearmed, so whatever. You should have a gun. It does sound like she's...
Firearms have never been my forte.
We could teach you how to handle one, if at just the very least. Please, I just want you to be prepared.
I will obtain one if you feel it is absolutely necessary.
I do.
But I believe that I would like to learn other methods to defend myself.
Maybe the group knows some other methods.
Perhaps they do. Methods of a more combative nature.
Martial combat?
Of a fashion, certainly, sure.
We'll find out on the boat.
Excellent.
But please bring a gun with you.
All right, I get a gun, pick it up by the handle with 2 fingers, and
Like a
not
soiled
sure.
washcloth.
Yes, not sure what to do with this thing.
Okay, so you guys get on the boat. Everything goes fine for 2 weeks.
What?
Of course. Go ahead.
After about a day or 2 in, I stop eating during daylight because it is the month of Ramadan.
Oh, Ramadan!
Can you tell me about this?
Yeah.
I do tell you what I'm doing, that it's one of the 5 pillars of Islam, that it is a time of fasting and a time of increased devoutness.
Should we eat before? Because I have a hankering for hot dogs.
What we will do is eat. What is a hot dog?
It's a bunch of floor scrapings compiled into a meat tube.
It's hard to explain. It's
Pork. It's a type of sausage.
it's
There were
great.
beef
I
hot
got
dogs.
some if you want some. I
There are
can
beef
order
hot
some.
dogs.
Now,
I would
now
literally
at this
just turn.
point,
I would just
Is this
turn to you and be
everyone
like,
serious?
"It's pork."
no, wait. At
Yeah,
this
of
point,
course it's pork.
has Frank been made aware that they
Yeah.
don't dig on swine?
Yeah,
No,
by
have
now
I-
you know.
Okay, then never mind. I'm not gonna.
It is haram. We will eat a large meal in the morning and at night, and we may wake up and go to the galley and have a midnight snack, I believe you Americans call it. But during the day we abstain.
For how long?
Daylight.
For how long? Have a period.
Dawn until dusk.
Oh, just one day.
Oh, for the month of Ramadan.
The whole month?
Yes.
30 days.
Yes.
Do you take him with you when you do your prayers?
If he asks to.
I will definitely ask him.
5 times a day?
As often as he does it.
I believe.
5 or 7?
I tend to do it in private, though, and not at the times they're specified.
Okay.
But yeah, I invite him along if he wants to. Yeah, my schedule on the boat will be, I eat a big meal before the sun rises, a big dinner at night, and then I go to the galley every night at various times as I'm hungry.
Yeah.
You know.
Because you're a paying customer, and they're not going to
Yeah.
tell you no. Okay, so you guys get on the boat and head. Everybody that is there that is hurt, first thing you need to ask: are you getting any kind of medical attention from the doctor or the professor, or from the priest even?
The doctor.
Okay.
I would go to.
Okay. So
I will be going to the doctor as well.
thought you could entrust her to.
That was before I asked the other people about her.
Yeah.
So Shirley,
And
would you like?
I will offer Frank.
Hold on just a
you need me
second.
to change that dressing?
Hold on a second, George. Don't add any hit points back. Shirley, would you like to roll medicine for both of them? Because she does actually have to succeed on this.
Oh, yeah.
And on the other one.
What's the difference between first aid and medicine?
First aid is quick patch-ups. Medicine is long-term care.
Okay.
So long-term care means that during the weeks that you're resting, you can actually get an extra D3 back.
Oh, okay.
If the person successfully medicinizes you.
Right.
So you both can get an extra D3 back.
And can we do that twice for 2 weeks?
Yes.
The 2d6.
Yeah. And I'll let her roll the once for both.
And back up to full.
That should get you close, I would hope.
Yeah, I'm full.
Okay. You guys can add an extra D4 to any language that's less than, let's say, 30. So we'll just assume that you can pick up that stuff as you need, but don't do more than one language.
I get a language?
Do you want to speak a second language or a third, fourth language?
A fourth language?
You could probably pick up a little bit of Arabic.
How much did you say we could add?
D4. And I'm not going to have you guys level up anything else, mostly because you're probably all, even the new people are kind of startled by what's going on. And
Can I have a D8?
what do you
Or a
mean,
D4?
Oh. The new people are probably startled and researching a little bit of what's going on. Archibald, do you share the books with the priest at all?
No.
Okay. And do you make it... Father, do you seek out any of the books that they have? Or do you just kind of spend the time on your own? Or away from them, not on your own necessarily?
No, I don't hover or stalk them, but I do try to stay close. So
I mean, okay, so if you notice...
if they're not hiding the reading, then I'm going to inquire.
Are you hiding the reading?
Yes.
Okay. So you spend a lot of your time in your cabin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the couple of weeks goes by. Which book do you want to read? Do you speak French?
No.
Okay, so that's
Not
out.
the French one.
That's out. So People in Monolith, Life as a God, or the Mnemonic manuscripts.
I consult the professor. Which order should I look at these in?
Do I know about the book?
Yes.
Africa's Dark Sects. I would probably go with that one.
Okay. I start with Africa's Dark Sects.
Okay, that'll take you about a week to read all the way through. You get nothing off of it.
I thought so. I'm going to, during that week, get an aside and stop by the priest's office or cabin or whatever the heck he has.
Okay.
I wrap it in cloth beforehand. Father,
Hello, my son.
it's Christmas.
Take the package.
And I walk away.
What is it?
The French book.
Oh. Hey.
Grr.
All right.
What are you reading second?
What are the ones that I give you?
Archeology manuscripts, People in Monolith, Life as God.
That's God.
With the most knowledge would be the narcotic manuscripts.
Yeah, I'll go with that one.
Okay, so you get 10 percentage in Cthulhu,
Yeah, seriously?
Yeah.
which means you now just screwed your cap.
Yeah, I did.
Go down like that. Yeah.
Also, could you roll me a D8?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that sanity loss?
Yeah.
Can I roll psychology
Sure.
to notice if he's become unsettled over the time?
Yeah.
That passes.
I'll wait until he rolls the D8 just to let you know how much. Are you going to read this book?
Remind me what it's covering exactly.
French commentary on the Latin Livre Divin by Gaspard de Nord.
So it's a discussion of
Another book.
another.
But it's gonna be like an annotated copy.
Then yeah.
Okay. You want to roll me 6, and you get 6 to do the mythos.
6.
Okay. So you lose 6 and you gain 6.
Yay.
6 off your cap.
So actually you lose 12. No,
What?
not really. No, you'll lose. Never mind. That was
I
bad
was
math. It was
confused.
bad math. Go ahead. Scott, did you roll your sanity? Or yeah.
Yep.
Yes, I did.
How much did you lose?
Now, do I have to roll percentiles to see if I lose, or is that
No,
an
you
automatic
just
loss?
automatically lose.
Yeah, I lost.
How much?
All of it.
8?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, both the professor and, or I'm sorry, both Archibald and the priest are a little shaken.
Or a lot shaken.
Okay.
As in, I had 85 sanity, and now I've got a giant block of black.
Okay. So, did you want to read any of the books? Is that what you were going to do?
I
Sure.
was going to read the French one.
Okay. After a week, you're
But-
done with it. But if you acquire it, the professor is going to send.
Oh, are you going to give it back to me when you're done?
Probably, unless I get intercepted.
I would assume that you go to the professor sends you to Archibald. Archibald will send you over to.
No, I'll just hand her the book. Because
Well,
he's
if you
going to
don't,
return it
you
to
don't
me.
have it.
Well, I'm going to wait until he returns it to me.
Well,
Okay.
he's going to return to you when we get to Kenya.
Or when
Just
he's
one
Are you
week,
doing 2
1 week.
weeks?
Well, no, you read it for a week.
No,
he
I've
reads
done
it.
No,
it.
a couple of days in, I hand it to him.
because he can't read it.
Because I can't read it. It's French. I don't give it.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a d6.
Frogs.
Yeah, you end up getting it from Archibald when he's done. Or, I'm sorry, the father
Okay.
when he's done. That you lose that much sanity. You gain 6 in Cthulhu Mythos, and you'll black out the first.
No. Off the top. Up
No,
here.
no. What? No.
For the
She
Cthulhu
loses
Mythos.
5 sanity.
Yeah, off of the 99.
No. Go ahead and mark the 5 sanity.
So I do drop from 80 to 74.
Yeah. No. Yes. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. Then black out the top 6 numbers.
Great. Sliding down that slope.
It's got to start
Hey,
somewhere.
my slope just got. You're great.
6.
You're not on the slope. You're on the express lane ramp.
Right.
We're
Having
So
free fall,
what-
No, he
searching for
immediately
the
lost
ripcord.
almost 20
What
sanity
in
for
the
everything he did.
text?
Hold on, guys.
What in the text made this happen to me?
The fact that you gained Cthulhu Mythos means that you cannot be as sane as you possibly could.
No, what about the text? I mean, what
So it's like
knowledge
what's in
did
the
I
book.
gain?
I see. So you learn a lot about Noddens.
Oh, so this is what they were talking about.
It's more of the fact that the things it talks about are not quite right. It's almost like explaining to a physicist
What's that?
about physics that
doing
don't
a Foley work there?
hey guys,
Sorry.
it's about explaining to a physicist about physics that shouldn't work the way they do. It's like saying gravity doesn't exist. But no, seriously, it doesn't exist, and the book explains how. And
but I'm experiencing it, so it doesn't make sense.
yeah, and it tweaks your worldview just a little bit and sets you a little off because now you can see some secrets out there that don't make sense with the laws of nature that you know.
Okay, got it.
So it doesn't go into detail about exactly what it covers, but that's it. But it does cover contact Noddens, and either one of you can pick up the spell Eben's Wheel of Mist or Contact Noddens.
Hell to the no.
Actually, the Wheel of Mist was the thing that Botticello could do, where he makes the disc and he can stand on it and
Does,
create a mist.
so does Catherine
Protective.
know anything about that?
No, but I'm telling you, it's a protective
You would've
thing. It's
seen
not
me.
necessarily
so
a
I
bad
would
thing.
Like, I
know
have
it's
them.
protective. Yes,
Like,
I
I
would do
have
that.
them.
Okay, write that down on the back.
What is it called? Protective mist?
Eben, E-I-B-O-N, apostrophe S,
Ebens mist?
Wheel of Mist.
It's one of the things I carry on.
At one point, Baskin and Robbins only had 28 flavors.
No way.
Mind blown. See, that's what I'm talking about there.
Did you know
So
that Robin Wright is not only in House of Cards, but in Princess Bride and in Forrest
Forrest
Gump?
Gump.
Mind blown. Sorry, Johnny gave
Okay.
us that one earlier.
That's the
today.
kind of stuff that you're reading now. You're going, whoa.
because I had that same feeling right after I started watching House of Cards.
the Ebens Wheel of Mist, it has to do with the copper bowler plate.
The disc.
The
The
disc.
disc.
Okay, would I have recognized that from the stuff we went through in his trunk?
Yeah, because you showed that kind of. Yeah, you know that he has what, 2 of them? Yeah, he has a couple.
I had
would
Botticello's and I
go
had mine.
ask him for one.
Okay.
I can show you how to make one.
But you have one.
2.
I have one that I use, and I'm betting Archibald would like to lay claim to the other one.
I was the one who brought Archibald along.
Making friends with the professor. He's so good at it. Watch it.
Professor.
You know, if there's one less professor, there's one more disc.
Oh, Frank, how I'm not going to save you.
That was a Jesse comment. Let's just be
You know
honest.
what? I think we should have a drink.
Okay, so you guys spend the rest.
Wait, I have to go
No?
to my cabin. I'll be right back.
You guys spend the rest of the trip.
For the record, if anybody ever comes to me and goes, we should go drinking, I'm going to be like, how about we don't?
I don't know if Ian Byrne ever breaks out of his crazy state and goes, "We should go have a drink."
If Ian Byrne shows up at my door with a bottle of Jack Daniels, I'm going to be like, come on in.
Surprise! It's that guy with the face shifting.
Anything else you guys are doing specifically, Professor? You're reading, or what are you doing?
Oh, God. I sent you a text message, actually.
Because
You
he's
said
all
I-
secrety like that.
Oh no, I got that. Is that what you're going to spend?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've only made one roll so far, so I can't up my occult while we're doing all this.
No.
Okay,
Are we upping things that we succeeded at?
No, he said no.
No.
that's what I was asking.
Yep. You guys have to actually survive something before I'm going to let you up something.
No.
Sorry. Them's the rules. So, Dr. Whittington and Father Grave.
I'm gonna call you
You
Grivaldi
guys
from now on.
and
Grimaldi.
Archibald, you guys all three spend the time reading. Ma, you're gonna spend.
Oh, I'm reading as well.
Okay, what are you reading?
The Quran.
Okay,
Wait, you are? What?
okay,
I'm also going to practice shotguns.
okay. No, we're not gonna let you erase it.
Well, no,
But
I'm
yeah.
just saying, like,
Yeah,
it's
keep-
what we do on the boat. Like,
Yeah.
mesquite shoot.
You guys get through the boat. This one's actually a passenger liner, not a cargo ship, and also carries passengers. This is full passenger. They have a small cargo area, but it's mostly like if you had something big to bring with you.
Before we head out, I'm going to, like, basically drop a telegram to Harvard looking for his backstory.
Okay, do you tell them to send you back
to,
to
like,
Mombasa?
Yeah, like where we're going, not where we are.
Okay, yeah. So you guys arrive in Mombasa.
Before we do that,
Sure, of course.
Sure.
I wouldn't want to hurry this along at all. Go ahead, Scott.
I'm going to go to Catherine's cabin
Yeah.
in the afternoon.
Yes.
Yeah, I need help with this, and I hand you the revolver that I have. It's no longer functioning.
What did you do to it?
You actually have enough handguns that you could figure it out.
Yeah, so I take it and I'm looking at it.
Load the bullet backwards.
What's wrong with it?
It won't fire anymore.
What is actually wrong with it?
I got 6 shots out of it. It's not firing anymore.
So I click open it. I can't remember what it's called.
the cylinder.
The cylinder, it's empty. That is why.
Actually, she flicks it over and she goes, "It's empty," and all the casings fall out.
Now you're breaking it worse.
No. I trot over to my little side thing and grab some bullets and put them back in. Now it will work again.
Oh, excellent.
So you
Should
spend,
I just,
I give
so
him
you
a-
spend
I
some
give him
time
a
learning how to
case.
fire a gun, and
I'm just like, so should I bring it back to you?
No!
That I need to rebuild?
Whoa! Point it at the ground.
okay. So somebody gives you a gun lesson. Probably,
I was going to say,
probably Frank.
anybody want to offer gun tutorial
Yeah,
101?
Frank.
Okay, thanks.
Frank is good at
Priest does
this.
too.
Here's a box
So
of
I'm like,
bullets.
click, 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 click. Doesn't work anymore. I don't know what to do.
Oh god.
I bought it that way. It was full. Now it's empty. I don't know what to do.
Actually, I probably sold it to you empty.
No. Because I'm like, I have no idea. And they're like, well, here's what you... I'm like, I don't want to know. Just make it so I can shoot it.
Okay.
And they're like, well, I don't know. And I'm like, there's money. I want to be able to walk out and go to a range and shoot. And they're like, well, here you go.
Okay. So you arrive in Mombasa. Who knows anything about Mombasa in the 1920s?
Yes, I mean, somewhat. Why?
So it is it is a
Yeah,
British
it
colony.
worked.
It's a full British colony, unlike Egypt, which was kind of a weird British-French
Enclave.
thing.
No, if only I'd lived.
Mombasa itself sits on an island outside, away from the shore, and used to be like there to protect itself from pirates. So you'll arrive in Mombasa. It's a port town. Gonna be just your basic mix of African, maybe a few Arabs, but a lot of full Africans and not the Arabian feel to it. It's an old town, not as old as Cairo, but still has that same like narrow street feeling to it. So there is a clear British presence here. You can find other people too, but it's very, very heavy Brit. And you can go to shore on ferries, and then take the train up into the interior of Kenya to Nairobi. So, anything you guys want to do while you're in Mombasa? Just a couple of reminders, because I'm sure you guys have forgotten. You have a couple of contacts that you remember. You talked to a gentleman at Emerson Imports who got stuff from here that he sold to the Juju House. That was the connection. So the Emerson Imports is in Nairobi. You read all the stuff about the Nairobi notes from Jackson Elias. Clearly, the cult is pretty powerful here. Hypothetically, somewhere there's a Mountain of the Black Wind, somewhere in Nairobi. And then also keep in mind that the last thing you heard about Nelson was from here, and he was the last person to have seen Jackson Brass Brady alive after his supposed death. And Brass Brady is the bodyguard of Roger Carlyle, so that might be important to finding.
What about Selkirk? Is he still there?
Selkirk. Show me where you're talking about Selkirk.
A long interview with Lieutenant Mark Selkirk, leader of the men who actually found the remains of the
Yeah,
Carlyle
if he's going to be here,
expedition.
he'll probably be up in Nairobi too, but you could look around for him.
Okay.
Okay? Anything else?
I don't know. I think Wentworth should lead this part of it. He's most invested and knows everything.
There's about 30,000 people that live here. There's some Portuguese as well.
Obrigado es de português.
There'd be a lot of Indians.
Yes, there's Indian presence as well. Not much else going on in Mombasa.
Some good curry.
Yes, actually.
Probably.
Yeah.
I would assume so. I don't know. I don't do curry.
Well, I'm going to check to see if Harvard has sent me anything.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Does Matt do curry?
Matt does not do curry.
Oh, okay.
Matt doesn't.
She's like,
Matt does not like the fire.
Well, there's
Yeah, you don't
That's
expose
right.
this stuff at
different
all.
kinds
The
of
fire
curry.
below.
No, curry itself.
Oh,
Just
okay.
Curry
no.
powder.
No, Matt has IBS, and IBS
No.
gets activated by things like,
Thanks
oh
for
look,
sharing.
you cooked some onion.
Oh, poor Matt.
I had White Castle today. It'll be worth it.
Moving on.
So
That's why we're getting out here by midnight.
yeah, you get a note.
We've all
back.
seen Gremlins.
You get a note back that Mr. Lancaster worked at the museum in Washington, D.C. If it wasn't the Smithsonian, then it's what becomes the Smithsonian. I don't honestly remember when that changed. He was good at his job. He was considered one of the better assistants they had. If he had stuck around, he might have become the head curator.
But he was a Satanist, so...
But then something about bloody... No. Something happened. Some people came looking for information from his alma mater. He went with them somewhere, and when he came back, he seemed very unsettled and left. Like a couple weeks later, he resigned. A couple weeks later, he left the town and found a new job in Cairo. Nothing bad. Like they couldn't speak higher of him. But that's what's going on.
Did we do something in New York?
No, that was
So
in Washington,
you-
D.C.
Joined a cult, eh?
There?
Hold on just a second. All right, so
So I
you're
pull
going
the gun and kill Scott's character.
Yeah. So you're going
Bring
to
it.
approach. You're going to approach Archibald.
Fish man.
No. Like, I just want that for my own security.
Okay.
Like, I want to know who he is and
Okay.
why he was here.
Yeah. Nothing. I mean, it seems a little odd, but who knows quite what it is? It doesn't. He didn't do anything terrible at the museum.
Yeah, well, like, my concern is, like, you know, he was involved in a murder and he's on the run. Like, I want to know his...
Actually, having seen him on the boat, if he was involved in a murder, it didn't occur with a gun.
Yeah.
No, there's other ways.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. A little ray of sunshine of optimism there, huh?
No, that was actually a straight poke at werewolf. I mean, Jason.
Nice. I know it was. But I was like, aren't you a ray of sunshine?
I stand by my actions.
We wouldn't
So,
expect you to.
you guys,
Less.
you guys spend probably a day there. The train probably only leaves once a day. Yes.
Wasn't you said this was where the guy who saw the bodyguard?
He'll be in Nairobi, which is
Oh.
up in the it's up in the mountainy areas.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
I
that's-
thought we were in Nairobi.
You're in Mombasa, which is the port city
Mombasa.
of Kenya. Mombasa.
well,
Say it again.
then that dude is my priority.
Okay.
So just so you're aware.
So you guys spend the night there because the train probably doesn't leave more than once per day because it's just a one-way trip up and back, or it's a one line up and back, so they don't need more than one train going. So when it comes to the train, there's a couple of issues. First, it's segregated. So the man from China will not be able to sit with you unless you go something other than first class. In fact, they're probably going to put you
steerage.
They'll put you in third. What's considered third class? What they considered steerage is the open car in the back. So I guess it's in the front because it goes locomotive, all the wood, then the flat car with the African Americans and freight.
You mean the Africans?
That's true. The Africans.
The Africans.
That's a good call.
That was very confusing.
Wow.
In all fairness, how about this? Because I'm trying to be politically correct. The blacks and freight, according to this. Then baggage car, freight car, all that's one car. Then third class with all of the quote-unquote brown passengers. So Indians, probably Arabs, all fall in that same... Well, they'll let a Chinaman slide there.
That'd be accurate. Yeah.
Because he has enough money to fit there, and he's not so poor that he has to be on the freight car,
right,
or the flat car.
And I believe that is the term that they prefer is Chinaman.
Yeah, really? Chinese?
Big Lebowski.
Oh, good lord.
Watch it.
And then between the third class and the first class car is a dining car, and then the first class car with compartment seating. This is like upper scale, nice car. The third class car is kind of dingy and thick.
Chickens.
No chickens. Just lots of people. They're stuffed in there. They're just on benches, really. So, no. So does that all make sense? So the party is split, and we're all okay with that. We're leaving one guy by himself.
I am riding with him.
Okay.
Definitely.
The you being a woman back there.
Yeah, that ain't happening. You're not
necessarily
riding up front. No, you're like, well, I'm going to go with Mr. Martin. No, you're not. and I will hand on your arm. No, you're not.
Okay.
I'll step in as well.
Father Grave and Mr. Cooper will be riding with Mr. Ma. Is that correct? Okay. Just want to make sure we clarify.
Yep.
The train sets out early on the... Oh, hold on. So early on the 19th of April, the train sets off from Mombasa on the Ugandan Railway. Woo. It is between 15 and 18 hours, depending on how many zebra walk across the track and stand there.
Wow.
I mean, it's your standard like things we would deal with like cattle or deer here, but they're like African animals. Yeah.
They don't have a zebra catcher in the front of the train?
Like the bison.
Yeah, zebras are big, heavy creatures. They're like a horse.
Only stripy.
Yeah, only stripy. They're like striped horses almost.
A stripeless zebra.
So, you guys will have access to the dining car. However, the third class passengers only eat after the first class passengers.
Yeah,
he doesn't care.
Right. I'm giving you a feeling of the wider
atmosphere.
vision.
Sorry. Did you say wider with a D or wider with a T?
Wide with a D.
Okay, just checking.
Good lord. So after you climb out of the narrow...
I'm not racist. The 20s were.
After you climb out of the narrow coastal belt of open forest and dense brush, you see very wide open plains of Africa. Highish grass, but it's what you'd expect from... Envision the Lion King in this one, because that's the way I keep seeing it. Or if you had ever had like a really bad dream where you kept strangely stepping forward and then you were in front of a cult, think about that.
Oh, great! Yeah, pink pajamas, penguins on the bottom.
The dry grass is interrupted occasionally by thorns, or thorn and baobab trees. Is that pronounced right, George? Baobab. Hey, they are kind of like a thick trunk, very little vegetation, going all the way up into wide, grand, weird branches. Does that make sense?
Are those the ones that look like the upside down trees?
I don't know. Acacias kind of look that way. It's because of the lack of water.
Oh, okay. Because if you say acacia, I know exactly what you're talking about.
It is hot. It's hot and very, very muggy, and it rains a lot while you're going. It's rainy season.
Monsoon? season?
No, just lots of rain.
Oh, okay.
Which means that there isn't so much dry grass. Everything's kind of green. Awesome. So you climb steadily kind of up a mountain. You can start seeing the great snow-capped peak of Mount Kilimanjaro. It looms to your left, which would be kind of westish. And it's about 50 miles distant, but you can see the tips of it. And kind of it ends up being dark as you go. Anything you guys are doing while you're riding the train?
Trying to sleep.
Enjoying the scenery.
Okay. Just being touristy. I mean,
Yes.
it's perfectly fine.
Absolutely.
John, I don't think your character would have come this far south.
Probably
Wouldn't
not.
make sense. So this is probably new for you. Probably new for all of you. Maybe not for you, Professor. You might have come through to Nairobi for some reason, or to
Passing
Mombasa.
through, yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
But definitely new to everybody but you.
I'm glued to the window.
Ma, you've seen, other things like this, but it's not that spectacular as far as you're concerned.
Amazing.
All right, so I need everyone to give me a luck roll.
I got Toto playing in my head.
Yeah.
Yep. Pass.
7.
Frank is not very lucky.
JK, no.
It's up at the top.
Ooh! Flip, are you kidding me? By 1. I missed it by 1.
Frank, how much did you miss it by?
Oh, let's see. 78, 65.
A
About
lot.
13. Yeah.
Go.
I'm not a very lucky individual.
Okay. I need everybody that did not make their spot to give me, or luck to give me spot.
Aww,
You are being followed by night gods.
I am typically good at spotting things, but I sure didn't spot this thing.
Look, it's a zebra! Oh, it's a giraffe! Oh my god!
You didn't make your luck.
Right, you said don't.
Everyone,
Who
I'm sorry.
didn't make their
Oh,
luck?
everyone who made their luck should give me a spot roll. That is my mistake.
Oh,
You're
okay.
absolutely correct. My fault.
I still missed that thing.
Yep.
So I saw it, whatever it is.
Okay,
I'm
so,
asleep.
Hey, good. One in each car. You both notice, Father Grabe and Professor Wentworth. You both notice.
And me.
Oh, you got it as well. Some strange stars. Like at first, you just notice that there's an extra star out there that
In the
you didn't
middle of the
notice a
day?
minute ago. No, it's gotten tonight. So
Oh, okay.
that's a second ago.
Sorry, I missed
No,
that.
that's okay. There's an extra star out there where there wasn't a little bit ago, and that's not that big of a deal, except it's getting a little brighter, a little closer. Then you see another one. And then they quickly head towards the third class, what do you call that?
Car. But the
Like from the
stars
sky?
head toward the car?
Yeah.
Clearly, there's nothing wrong
I
going on. We
stand
should
up
eat
and
our
I
meal.
drag these two out.
Yeah, because my thought was in the middle of the day, you see another star in the
What's-
sky. That would make an
What's
impact.
going on?
Okay.
So,
So you are going to prepare to get you guys out of the car.
Yeah.
Where are you planning on heading? Like, what is the direction? Towards the front of the train, the back of the train, or what?
we are in the back.
Towards the back.
Okay.
Or straight off the sides.
My in-character reaction is going to be roughly a scene from Terminator 2 with the shotgun. It's like stand up.
And
We need to get everybody out here, don't we?
once we get to the front of the train, or once we get to the place, I will raise the alarm and say, "Everybody get out."
Okay.
That's not going to cause a mass panic.
And I-
trembling.
Best I can do.
No, literally, like, dude, I'm standing up, like, cocking the shotgun, like,
Yeah.
everybody get on the floor.
I assume that.
Yeah, it's gonna look like a hold up.
so what are you doing?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
gonna look like a
hey
hold up
guys,
first.
I assume. Oh, really? Okay.
Okay, that means we're all going to die.
No, that was surprising. There's no sanity loss for seeing these.
Really?
It's
Yeah, 'cause
because we
they're-
could be shooting stars or a
Planes.
meteorite. It can't be a plane.
No, I'm
Yeah, it could be a plane.
I'm gonna look at the
Planes?
doctor.
Yeah, the Great War. Think about the Red Baron. That was all World War I stuff.
Yeah.
Thank
hold
you.
on. Hey, okay.
Bye, planes.
Focus, guys.
They wouldn't want to be out of
Focus, guys.
Focusing.
Frank, you're still at 15 decks, right?
Yes.
Priest 15.
15 as well?
12.
14.
Hold on.
Hey, I did it in the right order. The rest of them just dogtailed it.
85.
85. Dax, nice. You're the man. You are that old guy. Do you have the wispy beard too?
I've got like 30 legs.
Nice.
Messed up.
When I roundhouse kick, you know it.
Professor, you're at a 13, so
Correct.
that makes Lancaster. You're at a 12, right?
Huh?
And that puts Maud at 10.
Yep.
I thought you had 30 legs.
Why do you have
Okay.
They get in the way of
that
each other.
10
They're all
legs?
left.
Oh, they're all left foots.
I'm built for comfort, not for speed.
Nice. Again, aerodynamic.
Well, that's why I shaved my head.
Okay.
Yeah, baby.
Wind
So,
resistance.
these creatures head towards the back car as the three of you kind of get up and
Wait,
run.
what did you just say?
These creatures?
Okay, great. That's the word I was focusing on. Go ahead.
These creatures head towards the back car as you three run towards the third class car as you guys run to the back of the train.
Okay.
I need all. I'm sorry. Yeah, that was my mistake. I need all three of you to roll Cthulhu if you have it. Aren't you glad you picked up
all
some
three
Cthulhu?
of you?
I'm sorry. The people in the back car,
Okay.
In the front car?
I got it.
in the front car.
Made it.
Not us.
Not
Not
you.
us.
Sorry. You
It's
can
them.
save that for a second though. Just give it a second.
Okay.
Not a big deal.
I got it.
Okay.
I have no Cthulhu with us yet.
13.
Yay!
You're on the road.
That's all right. John, did you?
No.
Okay.
Not in this.
So you know that this is a fire vampire.
Oh, do I remember the fire vampire from burning down the...
That
House?
No, because that was
Burning
totally
down
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah. So
Fire vamp- do I know anything about them other than...
yeah, they catch things on fire.
The roof.
They're really hard to stake because it takes wood to do it. And
You might
they're
not be
on
able
fire.
to shoot them. You're not sure.
Hey
Put
guys,
together a
those aren't stars, they're fire vampires. We might not be able to shoot them, but I'm not
Occult
sure.
or no?
You can roll a cult, sure.
What are we looking for?
Spells.
Are there any bodies of water nearby where I might be able to attract some fish? Just checking. Greatest spell of all time: attract fish.
Sorry, what can we roll?
A cult, if you would like.
I thought with a
Hey, pass.
Tiffany said you could.
Finish your sentence.
Oh, you were looking at me like not to.
Finish your sentence.
Attract deep ones.
No.
What was she saying?
I don't know. Focus. Let's focus.
So there's not a koi pond on the train?
Even if you could, guess what? There's no water. Focus. we're in the.
I'm in the back of the train.
Hey, I thought that
Nothing's
the
going
first
on
class
back here.
thing might have a koi pond and maybe a
No,
fountain.
no.
Go ahead.
Did you
Not
get?
Snowpiercer.
Did you get your occult?
Yes, I did.
Okay. You both know that these are fire. I mean, there you could draw parallels to a bunch of different religious potentials, but none of them talk about them coming down out of the sky. So that doesn't correlate. Like, there's no like fire stars or anything like that. He's calling it a fire vampire. That doesn't register anywhere across anything that would tell you that it comes from the sky. Does that all make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you guys head into the dining car, you've successfully gotten out of the third class car and back into the dining car. The vampires, the fire vampires crash into the side, and the glass starts to melt as the car catches on fire.
The third class or the
The
one
third
where...
class. You are headed into the dining car towards the first class, which is the very, very back of the train.
Ooh, do I... Having watched adventure films myself, can I just uncouple the thing, or does it require...
Why don't you? So, are you going to be the last one then? I assume
Yes.
you're not going to uncouple with your friends.
Yes,
Last
I
one.
will.
Okay. Why don't you give me a luck roll?
Oh, I'm not lucky. Hey, I'm lucky.
Now give me a mechanical repair roll.
Oh, this is... No.
Okay, how much did you fail by?
Um,
you got like
20 and 56.
Okay. So you start to uncouple, and you've seen it enough, and you can kind of figure it out from looking at it. But it's going to take you another turn. You want to keep trying to do that?
Have I drawn their attention?
No, they're coming this way. They just are trying to get into the train car.
They fly anyway, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. It doesn't matter.
So you're going to run.
Yeah.
Because that was my first thought. Uncouple the car. Save the first class passengers.
Okay. So the
Kill the poor.
Father Grave and Ma, you hit the door to get out between the next two cars. First, you notice that Frank is a little bit behind you, not a whole lot. You guys are going to keep going into the first class car?
Yep.
Okay. You get into you're getting into the first class car. Meanwhile, Professor, you and Archibald, you both saw the star vampires, right?
Yeah, I literally stand up, pull out my sawed-off shotgun, check it to make sure it's loaded. I'm just incoming, everybody get down.
You don't have to roll because you've already succeeded. You two, now that it's been pointed out, go ahead and roll your Cthulhu Mythos.
Pass.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not going to pass.
You never know. I don't know. That was
11 over 6.
That's close.
That's very close.
So Archibald, you and the professor both know that these fire vampires, all you know is they are on fire, and that's bad, and they may not be hurt by normal attacks.
Cool. I've got 3 different weapons that we scrolled up to hurt magic stuff.
Okay. So Scott, you had a question about water earlier?
No.
Okay.
I was waxing poetic about a koi pond on the train.
Facetious? Being
Yes, facetious, yes.
I scream at them and ask them what's going on and what those things are.
If only we had a way to punch them with magic.
So you all have now entered the last car. As you turn to close the door.
Before we go any further, as soon as we realize they might not be hurt by bullets, I'm going to start intoning magic.
That's fine. Frank, you close the door.
Do you have anything?
Just as the fire vampires hit the door to the other car. So they're going to have to go through that one and then this one. The dining car is completely smoking very heavy now. Can't see if the car in front of it, the third class car, is smoking at all, but this one is smoking quite a bit.
They're going through the cars, though, right?
Yes. If you're kind of looking there, are you going to stand right there at the door? I assume you're backing up.
I'm going to try to uncouple the car again.
You're going to have to open the door you just shut. Go out.
But they're
between
coming
them.
in this.
No.
No, okay, then, yeah, no.
They fly, too.
Yeah. I was hoping it's slow enough to be inside it. It might give us a little bit more time.
So if you're going to back up away from it and you watch it, the door is catching fire, but the glass is just melting, and that's how they're coming through. Because as the glass starts to melt, they start to push through it. It's almost like it's like a thick syrup instead of solid glass.
How fast is the train going?
Safe to jump off speed.
It would hurt if you jumped off. It could hurt a lot, depending on how you
And
fell.
all of our gear is on here. Why would we jump off?
Because we're fighting things that are on fire, anything that is flammable.
I'm going to start looking through the professor's bag for any melee implements.
Okay, and I'm going to scream at Archibald to give me the copper disc. Give me the copper disc. Give me the copper disc.
Can't use it.
Why?
Okay. It takes 5 minutes to turn on.
I grab the disc and toss it her direction while I continue to look for it. Nope.
If you read the spell.
Yeah, you know enough of the spell. You would know that.
He showed both the claws and the knuckles, right?
The claws, which I don't know if they're scrolled. I don't know.
Nobody told me what these things are, so
I'll take one of the two that you don't use.
There's brass knuckles.
Are the brass knuckles, Matt? When you explained them?
Yeah. There's also my silver Egyptian engraved machete. It's in my baggage.
That would be a knife.
No, actually, because on machete, it's 25%.
All right, I'm going to pull out the. Are the dragons or are the lion's paws fist?
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll fall under fist, but they do a D6 instead of. Isn't that what I told you?
Yeah.
What do the what's the brass knuckles do?
D4 plus
damage.
Your strength.
Yeah, because fist is normally a D3, so it becomes a D4 plus your damage bonus if you have one.
I do.
Okay. So here's how this is going to go.
There's also a silver garrote in my bag.
We're going to yes, you should strangle the We're going to devolve into combat clearly. So let's start at the top of the round. We're all going to declare. So Shirley,
Firing.
you're going to fire.
I'm intoning.
You're intoning. You'll actually be able to fire this first round because you said you were intoning.
Okay, yeah, well, I wanted to short it
That's fine.
as much as possible.
Ma.
So we're all in the same compartment now?
Yes.
Move over to behind the professor.
Okay.
Has anyone indicated... No. Has anyone indicated that they can't be harmed by firearms
Did you
audibly to
Yes,
anyone?
I did.
You did.
Yes.
Yeah,
I am afraid that firearms might not be
Where
as
were-
useful.
And he's got a satchel
Where
of
did
junk
you-
next to him.
When did you say that?
You haven't heard that.
Okay.
It was while they were running
They
back.
were
this way.
running
What
back.
did you say, George?
And in the professor is a satchel of junk next to him.
Well, I have a bag next to me that he's rifling through.
Yeah.
basically.
Right.
Yeah, come back where they are.
Are you going to continue rifling?
Quick question:
Yeah.
the damage on the paws again?
D6.
Do I add my damage bonus to that?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
as
that's
opposed to the knuckles, which are D4, add my damage to that.
That's correct.
Okay, I will toss you the brass knuckles, and I will put on the dragon.
So your intention is to put on the the paws and toss the knuckles. That's what you're going to be doing.
Correct.
Father.
I gotta find something to hit him with since shooting them isn't an option.
So you're going to look around for that kind of
That's-
stuff. And you are going to put on brass knuckles and prepare to
Yes,
punch?
because fisting flaming things sounds like a good idea.
All right. So top
Them
of the
the
round.
brakes, brother.
Fire Vampire number 2 breaks through. So that would make... Professor, are you in front? No.
No,
Frank,
they all
you would-
came towards
Frank,
us.
you would be in front because you have the fists. So...
Not that the priest
Yep,
is
I
shrinking
hit.
away from
I'm
combat.
gonna try to dodge.
No, sure.
I dodge.
Unfortunately, it's still fire, so you're going to take half. Yeah, that's not so bad. 3.
TPK.
Also, you lose a point of magic.
Sweet.
So what happens if you run out of magic?
You fall unconscious.
Okay, I have thankfully the exact same
Father,
amount of magic as I do hit points.
Give
so.
me an idea roll.
Yes.
So this is a train
Right.
that could catch fire, driven by a thing that makes fire. So they probably have fire buckets or fire extinguishers.
Excellent.
Just give me a spot.
Yes.
Okay. You find a fire extinguisher. But it's going to take you the turn to run over, grab it, and uncouple it, and all that stuff. But yeah, you have it.
At this point in time, I imagine it would more or less just be a can of pressurized water at most.
Yeah.
I don't think they'd have the foam sprayer
No, but they do have like powder chemical.
The powdered
Yeah.
stuff.
on a.
Yeah,
on
it's not like the overly complicated.
I'm
stuff
saying,
we have
but
now.
on a rural single line train from.
This is owned by the British, so yeah.
Oh,
this is
okay.
one of their colonies. This is kind of important.
Okay. Then great.
You know the movie Ghost in the Darkness?
No.
Oh, you need to watch it. It's
Literally
okay.
a story about this railway where these lions kept eating people.
Oh, yeah, I'm
That's
aware of
about
it.
this railway.
Okay.
So it's actually very important.
It's an amazing movie.
It absolutely is.
The things you learn from podcasts.
There you go, huh?
I learned about the actual story from Ghost in the Darkness on the What You Missed in History
yeah.
podcast.
It's based on a true story.
Okay, so I'm sorry, Frank. Yeah, you go.
I'm going to do the dumbest thing I've ever done in my life and punch this fiery creature.
Sure.
56. I hit for 7 damage.
Okay, take a point.
It's not as bad as I expected.
And as you hit it, it kind of flares. That's why you take the point. Doc, you gonna fire? Go ahead and roll it.
She's shooting. She's pulling up a gun.
She's and firing.
I soliloquy. Guns won't work.
It's too late. It's her turn.
I know.
Yeah.
But I'm going to yell it out.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, clearly because she can't hit it. And actually, Frank, you punch the one that's kind of bluish. The other one's kind of reddish. I forgot to write that.
So the blue one's burning
But
hotter.
I hear him.
Sure.
Yeah, blue is
Magic fire doesn't follow physics.
okay.
Yeah, I know.
Is there anything about the color that I need to know?
One's blue and one's red.
Okay.
So- He went,
Yeah.
and it didn't do anything.
What do you mean?
Oh, he just pulled it off the wall.
He got a hold of it.
okay.
Professor.
I'm gonna fire off at the non-injured
Okay.
bat.
Red.
Yeah, red.
Oh.
Red bat. Like, what's its magic points that determines how hard this is? I'm going at 25.
That's your magic points?
Yeah.
You automatically hit.
Okay. He loses 15 hit points.
And it extinguishes itself. Or is extinguished.
As in it dies, or the fire goes out and now it's pissed?
It's made
There's
of
nothing there.
Oh.
It's made
Yeah.
of fire.
Oh.
These aren't like Hungarian dudes that are on fire running.
Oh, that's what I thought. I was like flaming hair, and it goes, poof. Oh,
Now we just got regular vampires to do it.
right. That was my thought.
It literally looks like this.
And I
So
punched
it's like, almost like a cloud of fire.
Oh, okay.
So, sorry, I didn't
fire
give
in
a...
space shaped like a vampire bat.
Kinda, yeah. But
Okay.
they look very much like kind of like stars.
I thought it was like Hades from the Hercules movie, and
Nope.
then you went, and he's like, "Oh, now I'm pissed.
Nope.
I'm just not on fire anymore."
So that would be when the other fire vampire would go, and now it is Mr. Lancaster's turn, because the one that would have gone is out. Mr. Lancaster, what are you doing?
Rawr.
Okay, swing.
Swing.
No whammy.
Hit him
Okay.
under my fist.
You take a point of damage.
I'm sure I do.
The claws catch fire.
I'm sure they do.
Also, Frank, you are technically on fire. If you don't stop, drop, and roll, it's gonna be bad. That fire vampire seemingly takes no damage.
Really?
What did you do to it?
Oh.
7 points of damage.
He's immune to slashing and piercing.
That's a thing you could say, sure.
Damn it.
Or the spell for the shillelagh specifically says hits things that cannot be damaged by material attacks. This says
The
cannot be
claws don't
damaged.
have that.
Yeah, the claws don't have that.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
But he put it on the knuckles, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know I cast it on the knuckles. I don't know about the paws.
Right.
I'm gonna run over and put Frank.
I put him out.
Yeah, grab a blanket thing and put him out.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you put him out.
Okay.
You roll your fire tending 101.
I roll a 1.
Oh,
Real
that's
You
good.
impale on it.
You impale. He's dead.
He's got a blanket in his chest.
I'm going to need you to roll your interpretive fire dance.
That was
fire dancing.
That was Linus's blanket, and it was sharp as a razor.
So, does anyone now have extra firing? I don't think anybody does anymore. No,
I
'cause
would, but
Shirley
I'm
was the
not
only one firing. So top of the round, the fire vampire. I need you both to roll luck, Ma and Frank, because you're both right there now.
I made my luck.
Nope. I get 100.
Oh, Ma, you look so fiery and tasty, so it's going
you
to
did.
attack you.
Ouch.
Yeah, I hit. Would you like to roll dodge?
Yeah. Nope.
7 points of damage.
Ouch.
And you...
I'm going to guess on fire.
Yeah, you're going to be on fire unless somebody puts you out. Let me look that up. Oh, you know what? I don't have it up there. I have it right here. What's the magic point drain say? You just lose 1.
Excuse me?
You lose 1 point of magic.
Oh, whatever.
You're big.
Other than you fall unconscious when they run out. There's not really a problem.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, you don't. There it is. Frank, you lost 3 points of magic. Ma, you lose 9.
Yeesh.
As long as you don't go below 0. Or hit 0.
These sticks are my friend.
Father, it is your turn.
Do I now have a fire extinguisher?
You do.
Then I will just hose down
Beat him over the head with it.
Ma. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Has anybody seen the IT show from Britain where they're like, oh, we need a fire extinguisher? They turn around, fire extinguisher's on fire.
IT group.
I'll
Yeah.
hose down Ma.
What's your
Frank,
rifle?
75.
Roll rifle. Does that make sense? You're kind of pointing it in
Sure.
a similar way.
Hey, look at that.
Okay. You effectively only hit everybody you need to.
Right.
Roll
Does that
two-
include the gloves? Or
roll a
the-
d6.
Does that include the lion's paws
Yeah.
which are on fire? Oh, yeah, good.
2.
You do 2 damage to the fire vampire, and it goes out.
Nice.
However,
The other one,
you have put out the fire here
Right.
because there's like those things. Everything around them started
Yeah.
catching fire. The car in front of you, and probably the car in front of that are also in fire. There's also a lot of really scared people that are staring at you like, "What the crap just happened?"
did anyone try to follow us, or did they go to the
They
front
went
of
to the
train?
back. They went to the
Front.
back of the train because they came from the front.
Right, but I'm talking about the people that were in our third
Did they
class
go
car.
to
Nobody
the
else
front
bothered.
car?
Yeah.
Okay, so then I start trying to work on the fire in front of me in the dining car
Okay.
or whatever.
So you spend a few minutes putting the fire out as the train stops. It's not an emergency like pull the thing because clearly somebody's working on it, but the train comes to a stop. Kind of a rapid-ish stop, as in like they turn everything off, but not a brake pull stop. That makes sense. Okay.
I mean, they can stop the train at the engine.
Right. I'm saying like they just
Yeah.
they don't yank the train emergency brake up there.
Okay.
So you guys you guys all kind of help, I assume. Anyone else helping
No,
put out
I'm
the
going
fire?
to drop down near. Don't you need first aid?
Absolutely, I'm very badly burned.
Yeah,
So
ditto.
I'm gonna drop down.
Could you first aid me?
next to.
Yeah,
If that is of your particular
No, I'm not.
absolutely.
Skill
I'm
set.
gonna scream at Wentworth that
Nope, sorry.
Ma needs first aid.
I
I
believe Mom
can't-
made it very clear that he was not going to accept medical attention from me.
When did I say that? Is there a reason?
Well, no, I mean like
Do
out
you
of
need first
character.
aid?
Like,
You never said that.
I'm all like, I don't know how to do those kind of burns, and I look at Ma. Made it.
So you can get a D3 back.
I was like, oh, these kind of burns,
Someone
though. I
helping
know
Doctor?
those.
Doctor, could you?
Can I
Frank,
do
you
it
look
twice?
hurt. You should see a doctor.
No, you tried me first. I tried.
Yeah.
No.
So, Professor,
You look
old
hurt.
friend,
You should see a doctor.
I already tried that. She doesn't seem skilled in her trade.
It's the bad bard, good
psychology.
bard all over again.
Yeah, it is. Anybody else want to first aid Frank?
I got rolled a 97.
Yeah, make it.
Sweet. You're like, no. I just watched the doctor do this to me, or the Archibald do this to me.
You put a little
Roll a
Bactine
D6.
on it.
Or
and you
D3,
ran
D3.
through it.
Use Sylvadine. That's what you use for burns.
All right.
So you're officially my doctor from now on.
So the train stops. The conductor and a couple of the train assistants come back. They start looking at the damage, talking to people. They talk to you guys, ask what happened. Who's going to speak? Is someone going to speak for the group?
I will.
I totally let the priest talk.
Say we have no idea what happened. The third-class passenger car just burst into flame. There might have been some kind of incendiary device. It didn't explode. It just caught fire spontaneously. And yes, the priest is lying out his butt.
I believe it caught some native wildlife on fire.
Can you roll me persuade? Do you have persuade? It's a priest. I would hope you have persuade.
I'm 85%.
Oh yeah.
67.
Yeah,
I think.
well, I was going to say, like, now having said that, watch him fail.
After talking to a few other people, you hear. After they talk to a few other people, they seem to buy this. They hear some murmurs about three of you running towards the back car, and that was strange. And maybe you guys started the fire. And the authorities don't seem to think, like, they try and calm it down, but the passengers are clearly eyeing you a little more now, especially since you're the only Chinese on the entirety of the train, and probably one of the three that's ever been to this country. And clearly you are a part of the problem.
And I smile and I scratch the bandage where the blood is coming through because I'm clearly very badly burned. And so therefore, it was in my interest to set things on fire.
Like, just because you're a bad firebug, you're not a firebug.
Fair enough.
If I hear any of the murmurs, I will speak up and say, no, we saw the fire start, and we were running to get the extinguisher, which I clearly came back with. And that's what I...
You guys kind of calm them down. It does take a couple of hours because they have to tear away some wood. Like the dining car, screwed. You guys aren't eating the rest of the way.
Archibald looks dejected.
I was going to eat my creme brulee.
Yes. Just because they're on Ramadan doesn't mean I can't have a nosh.
I'll actually talk to some of the disgruntled passengers and say, isn't it horrible they didn't put a fire extinguisher back with us?
One of them points right at it.
Nice.
Oh, wait, do you think that there would be one back there?
There would. It actually says specifically there's one on every
Really?
car except the flat car.
I kill that person.
You whip out the half-burnt blindfold and just...
Oh, no, I say, well, thank you for helping. You did a very good job.
So after a couple of hours...
I then pick up the fire extinguisher and take it with me.
Bludgeon him to death with it.
Yeah,
This is mine now.
After a couple hours, the train gets back underway. And that will do us tonight for this edition of Masks of Nyarlathotep. You can follow us on Twitter and Facebook. You can head over to the website to sign up for the newsletter. That'll keep you up to date on everything that we're doing that's awesome and great, because everything we do is awesome and great, and we like to tell you about it once a week. You can also head over to /loot and buy our shirts there, and we will talk to you guys real soon.
This has been a production of the Omega Nerds Network, the network where it's on.